I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Raha Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for pushing this truth. This is Yaquab, son of Sears Jr., son of Sears Sr., and this is interesting. I didn't know this. And this is just for New York City alone, for 1.5 million people being at risk. At the end of their lease, wherever that may be, 365 days a year. You never know.
I told my kids that we would never go back to the shelter.
For Anissa Bossman and Dwight Page, it seemed like a dream come true. An apartment large enough for their family of 10, and even better, the landlord accepted a housing voucher that would cover the family's rent.
When I got here, the first thing he explained to me is that he wanted a long-term family.
But 1 year later, the landlord told the family, it's time to go.
I got a little devastated.
It's really a horrifying case.
According to the family's attorney with the Legal Aid Society, when their 1 year lease was up, the landlord refused to renew it and began an eviction proceeding, despite the rent being paid on time. Their apartment is not in a regulated building, so this family of 10 has little legal recourse.
About 50% of renters in New York City have no protection against eviction. So at the end of their lease, the landlord can evict them for any reason or no reason, or can raise the rent by as much as he wants.
Anissa.
And this is the importance of knowing the law, which another thing schools don't want to teach us because they're not to educate us. Wow, there's laws for everything. They have a completely different dictionary to define words just to deal with the law. It's called Black Laws Dictionary. One word in Webster's dictionary means something completely different in the court of law. You have to use Black Laws Dictionary to understand what language they're actually speaking when they talk to you, because they're not speaking in Webster's language. But we're not going to get into that. Now, as far as the housing language of law is, who knows? All right, school is not teaching us that, especially not the Israelite man. Definitely not the Israelite woman. They just give her a voucher. All right, so what I just experienced, what I learned for Baltimore City is that my 1 year lease was up last year when I had transferred down to Tampa. The landlord had switched it to a month-to-month lease. Now, and he went up on the rent $250. It went from $750 to $1,000. I'm like, damn, that kind of, changed my little plans up with Tampa, because I wanted to keep both houses and get out of there when hurricane season came, or get an apartment or whatever. I don't know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to do it. All right, I wanted to get the hell out of Baltimore. I knew that, but I wanted to keep my spot up here because of my daughter. And long story short, this year, January 1st, because of the conversations and back and forth I've been having with my landlord and this and that, on January 1st, while I was in the Virgin Islands, the landlord sent the police to the house to do something like a check, basically like an abandonment. And the police said that nobody was there, the house was abandoned. These landlords are slick. They're very, very slick. They're very, very smart. And when it's all said and done, I want to get the hell up out of the house anyway. But long story short, they're very and to a personal testimony, never fear. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai allowed me to stay up in that house for over a month without paying, at the order and will of the landlord. It's weird. It's weird. Okay. It's like I got told that, like, I don't want you here no more. I'm basically evicting you from being here, but you can stay here for over a month and don't have to give me any money. It was weird. But at the same time, what I will say is that that's the difference between favor, mercy, judgment, testing. What is it? Testing? Testing of the faith, trials of the faith, whatever anybody wants to call it, man. Going through hellish conditions instead of everything being great.
Or can raise the rent by as much as he wants.
Anissa and Dwight aren't alone. A new report from Cornell University found in the Bronx, where the family lives, last year there were 10 eviction filings for every 100 renter households.
Every month, the evictions are basically doubling.
Governor Kathy Hochul has faced pressure to strengthen tenant protection.
And you have to understand that these landlords are of the world, and they've been getting a lot of money because of these because of the whole pandemic payout thing. These landlords have dreams of fixing up the house and charging a higher, getting more money. All right, they want to fix up the house and get more money. They want to update the houses and apartments and get more money. It's not going to work for them though.
By passing the Good Cause Eviction Bill with the April 1st state budget. The legislation would make it illegal for landlords to evict tenants from unregulated apartments unless they violate the lease.
This impacts 1.6 million households. That's not people, it's 1.6 million households.
The book of Isaiah chapter 32 verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. The house and voucher puts you at ease. All right, put your man at ease too. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. They care less because they have Esau Edom, okay, the God of this earth, to give them, the Pharaoh of this earth, to give them their vouchers. All right? And now they find themselves in this situation. All right? They find themselves in a situation to where they are going to be judged. The book of Exodus chapter 33 verse 5. For the Lord hath said unto Moses, say unto the children of Israel, ye are stiff-necked people. I will come up into the midst of thee in a moment and consume thee. Therefore now put off thy ornaments from thee, that I may know what to do unto thee. All right, so you're not in the comfort of your own house. All right, just as in the days of old. You went off trying to worship other gods. Our forefathers and mothers and our forefathers and their wives and children went off trying to worship other gods and build a golden calf out of the ornaments and so forth, and thought that they were so high and mighty, but forgetting the power that had brought them out of that situation of bondage. All right? Of bondage. And now you're gonna be forced to be out in the streets. Okay, you're not gonna have your earrings and your bracelets and your ornaments and your wigs and your weaves and your bonnets. You might still have a bonnet. Knowing Eve, definitely gonna want that bonnet. Probably wrap a shirt around your head. But Micah 7:10, then she that is my enemy shall see it. Now the woman is the enemy to her father. She's not a helpmate to her father. Therefore, she's an enemy to her own nation. All right? Then she that is my not all women, of course not. Not all women. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? This is the woman that's the enemy. The woman that doesn't believe in Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Why? Because she's going to be in the streets. All right? She's going to be in the streets. The book of Isaiah chapter 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Now see, this family,
critics of good cause.
This family's going to need help watching all these goddamn children outside in these streets. She's going to need some more women to help her take care of these children while the man tries to figure something out because he got work to do.
Eviction legislation worry the new rules would be too much of a burden, especially for small landlords. When recently asked if she supports the legislation, the governor did not answer directly. Her office points out Hochul is working to expand the state's tenant protection unit. Meanwhile, this family of 10 is now searching for a new home.
You're at the mercy of the landlords.
Anissa and Dwight are back in court.
Jake don't know what he gonna do. Eve looked like she trying.
Protection unit. Meanwhile, this family of 10 is.
Eve looked like she trying to hold it together. She still got a little hope. You know, maybe she happy because she looking at another woman and feeling like, you know, a woman is here, looks like me. Maybe something good's gonna happen out of this. Jake know reality. Jake see a woman at the door. Jake like, look, man, I don't know what the hell you gonna do, but we got a situation.
Is now searching for a new home.
You're at the mercy of the landlord.
He smiled. She made him smile.
Protection unit. Meanwhile, this family of 10 is now searching for a new home.
You're at the mercy of the landlords.
Anissa and Dwight are back in court on March 29th. Their attorney expects that'll be their final court date, and then the family will be given 9 days to leave their apartment, and they are still searching for a new home, one that can accommodate all 10 of them, Tim.
Oh, Lord. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 12. This is the Bible. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 11. And I will punish the world, the entire world. Is that what y'all like to say when y'all hear world, right? Damn, I had that held for a reason. I didn't want to lose that. Damn it. 1 John 3 and 8, I believe. Let me see. 1 John 3 and 8. Okay. All right, yeah, 1 John 3 and 8. What was that? Isaiah 13 and 11. All right. Salagi. Damn, god damn. Salagi. Oh, man. The book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. Now, does this look like a man that was called a mighty man?
The landlord refused to renew
called for the Lord's anger.
It's time to go.
I got a little devastated.
It's really a horrifying case.
They keep showing the woman. I'm trying to show the man. They keep showing the woman. They say a family of 10. They keep showing the woman. I'm trying to show the man. All right, here we go. Now, not to knock the man. I know he'll kill somebody. He will care less about somebody's life. He has 12 lives to look after. He will take somebody out. Don't doubt that without a question. You see this man right here? He will take somebody out. He has 12 lives to live for in his mind. The book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. The Lord did. Hopefully, this man is a sanctified one. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger. Hopefully, this man is a mighty one for the Lord's anger. Even them that rejoice in my highness. He doesn't look like he was rejoicing in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Worst case scenario, he would have said, I have faith everything will work out. Even if he didn't mention God or say any of that. All right. The verse 4, the noise of a multitude in the mountains like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. All right, now these nations are all gathered together because of the lack of resources and because of the conditions that their people are about to endure. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord in the weapons of his indignation, the ICBM missiles, to destroy the whole land. nuclear destruction, weapons of the Lord. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It's coming very, very soon. I don't want to be here for it. I do want to survive it, though. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. Okay, so you women don't realize how weak these men are. You don't realize what strength is. All right? You think strength is emotion. You think strength is a man mimicking how you act, but fighting. All right? Being loud like you, being in someone's face like you, fighting and winning. You think that's a man, but it's not. It's just an emotional woman. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of. Yes, and men fight. All right? But not with all that talking. All right? They take 10 paces, turn around, and shoot at each other. They don't say a bunch of words. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger. So the day of the Lord is cruel. The day of the Lord is kicking a family of 10 out the house. All right? It's crueler than that. To lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Okay, so the day of the Lord is a land to lay the land desolate. He has no problem with kicking you men, women, and children out of the house. No matter how many children you have combined and accumulated throughout all of the previous sex partners that the woman has had. Because a family is a man's children and the women that help him raise it. Everything else is just a hot fucking mess. It's goddamn abduction cases. Let's go down to verse 11. I'm getting angry. The book of Isaiah chapter 13 verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, like especially the adultery and the woman usurping authority over the man. All right. From the woman came the beginning of sin, which is transgression of the law of God, and through her we all die. Death is separation from Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. I just quoted like six scriptures, I believe. I'm not sure. I didn't count. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud. You can Google what I quoted individually, each line individually. It'll pop up. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. All right. So Esau, Edom is the terrible. And verse 11, all those that join hand to hand with the wicked shall not go unpunished. That's another scripture as well. The book of Isaiah chapter 13 verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Right. So Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, can make this man more precious than fine gold, and have him and use this man and his woman as a testimony to the grace, mercy, and power that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has. Especially if he repents, comes back to grows his beard. Lets his beard grow a little bit. That's a start. Crawl before you walk, and walk before you run. Then you have to run this race. But babies run funny. Salaki, I'm freestyling. Babies run funny. I'm a baby. But verse 13, Isaiah 13:13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And that's those ICBM missiles. All right. The book of Isaiah chapter 32 verse 2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, the destroying wind. Okay? From the nuclear missiles when it erupts. When it makes contact, the nuclear blast is going to be the destroying wind. Salaki. I can't do overnight like that. The destroying wind is from the ICBM missiles. So Isaiah chapter 32 verse 2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the covert from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And that is the man that the Lord makes more precious than fine gold. All right, so this is not to go on him. This is not to go on her. This is not to go on the Israelites negatively. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah still has the doors of mercy open for those who have not scoffed or left men of the Lord, ran off with their children, so forth, tried to put curses on them, whatever the hell these crazy ass women have done. I've dealt with a few witches, 2 to my knowledge in the past 3 years. Possibly 3. But so, Lord willing, they get to hear the truth and receive salvation. All 13 of them. I know it's only 12. Maybe it's one more on the way. Shalom.